Hi, in this scenario we'll talk about individual applications and privilege elevation across Unix, Linux, and Windows. But first we need to understand why this is necessary. The biggest example as of why this is necessary is this. In the case of Unix and Linux, several administrators, the first thing they tend to do when they sign into a system, even if they do it with their own identity, is to do something like this. What they'll do is they'll elevate to root, and ultimately they'll end up doing all the work over there. But when you do things as root, one of the biggest problems that you have is that the accountability is kind of lost. So turns out that I can just go ahead and wreak havoc on a system, and I don't have to be accountable for anything, because turns out that the root account is not, several other things that it does are not logged. So if I look at the log in this machine, you will be able to see that direct authorize was able to say, hey, just like sudo, hey, we know that this person elevated, but I did modify the etc password file, but nothing came of it. So what can you do around this? You could have a centralized system, maybe like a password vault that allows you to check in, check out, and rotate the passwords. This is a great solution and is definitely needed in an enterprise. But many of our prospects and customers have come back and said, you know what, we can't overcome some of the scenarios in which we need to give people not only the right access, because people are, when you have a centralized system, the centralized system becomes an availability concern, but also we need to give people exactly what they need. Sometimes the approvals that are required for you to be able to check in the account, check out the account, become a challenge as well. So with Centrify, we have the ability to define a true role-based access control model, and is based on the usage of Active Directory plus the Centrify agent, both for Unix, Linux, and Windows. And what we will do is we will explore a scenario, in this case for DBAs. I've actually set up a scenario in which I have a mixed role, and pretty much what that mixed role does is that grants the ability for DBAs across Unix using Oracle and Windows using SQL Server to get just the rights that they need. So when we look at the role has only access through SSH, where it will only provide the Windows administrators or the Windows DBAs access via not via the console, but just through RDP or Citrix. We will allow the end user to control the Oracle service, to elevate to the Oracle account without knowing those credentials, and we will also allow the end user to run SQL Plus as Oracle. At the same time, we will allow the Windows DBA to stop and start the SQL Server service using the sc.exe application, and to run SQL Server Manager and Configuration Manager with a service account that they don't even know the credentials of. We are going to do this, and ultimately not only will we be able to properly do privilege elevation and get only the access that we need, but ultimately we will be able to use event log, syslog to properly log the actions, the privilege elevation, and if we need to see more than what beyond what a log can provide, we'll be able to do that session capture and replay. So in the next video, we'll verify the scenario.